Today's lesson is going to be about perimeter and area. We are going to take two special cases, which are squares and rectangles. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say or to talk about is about the perimeter. What's the meaning of a perimeter? Imagine that there is a car racing on this track. What is the distance for each lap? So the distance for each lap is called a perimeter. It's around the shape. So it is a distance around the shape. Okay, and the way to find out how to find the perimeter of a shape, it's by adding all of the sides, the length of all the sides. Okay, first I'm going to start with the square. Okay, here is a square. We have to find its perimeter. Okay, for example, this square's sides, first thing, you can give it as a symbol in algebra. It's called an S. So this is a side, this is another side, this is another side, this is another side. So it has four equal sides. Each side can be referred as S. Okay, so when you want to find the perimeter of a square, you are going to add these sides together. S plus S to itself, how many times? 4 times. So in algebra, instead of putting the variable continuously this way, you can say that the perimeter of the square equals 4S. What means 4S? That means S times 4. For example, let's take this, the perimeter of this square. Again, this is the perimeter of the square that I'm going to find. For example, each side is going to be measured by, let's say, 5 centimeters. Okay, so each side is going to be equal to 5 centimeters. 5 for each side. So what is the perimeter for this square? You have to start always by putting the formula before you start solving the question, so you won't miss any of these elements. So it's going to be 4S. That means 4 times S. Let us remember always 4S means 4 times S. Then the perimeter for this square is going to be 4. This is 4. And instead of S, you're going to say times the length of it, which is 5 centimeter. 4 times 5 equals 20 centimeter. Then the perimeter for this square equals 20 centimeter. Okay, guys? Easy. Remember the formula for finding the area, the perimeter for the square equals 4S. So perimeter, the formula for the square perimeter equals 4S. Okay, guys, this is S, so you won't mix it up with 5. Next, what is the perimeter of the rectangle? Okay, the rectangle's sides, they are called length and breadth. The breadth in your book or some other books, it's called width. So you can name it breadth or length. So the dimensions of any rectangle are length and breadth. Okay, so what is the perimeter for the rectangle? You have to add the 4 sides. Okay, so we have 2 breadths and 2 lengths. Okay, so the perimeter is going to be 2 of L plus 2 of B. Then the perimeter of a rectangle is going to be put like variables together. 2L plus 2B. For example, let's say that the length equals 3 and the breadth equals 6. Find the parameter for this rectangle. Then, using the formula for the parameter for this rectangle, the parameter is going to be equal 2 times the length, which is 3, plus 2 times the breadth, which is equals to 6. Okay? Order of operation, guys. You have to do multiplications first. After that, you have to add. So the parameter equals 6 plus 12. Then the parameter equals 18. And sorry, I forgot to put a unit. Let's say 3 meter, 6 meter. So we are adding 6 meters to 12, which equals 18 meter. So the parameter for this rectangle equals 18. And again, what is the parameter? It is the length around the shape. Now, let's go to the area. The area is the space inside of any shape, and the parameter is the space, is the length around a shape, okay? Or the distance. So, in this square, we have to find how many units are inside this square. How many units that represents the square's area? Okay, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 square units. Okay, now, what is the area for this rectangle? You have to count the square units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 square units as the area for this rectangle. But what if the shape has no squares to show you how many square units in each shape? So to find the area of a shape, you have to use multiplication. Remember, guys, when you used to be grade 3, this array, okay, how many elements in this array? You used to say we have to take the number of rows times the number of rows times the number of columns, which equal in this case 4 times 3. So the area can be calculated in the same way by multiplying number of units for the length and number of units for the breadth. Okay? Let's start with the rectangle. It says find the area for this rectangle. Okay, here is 1 meter and 6 meter. So we have to multiply the length times the width. So this is the length, this is the width, as the same as the breadth. Okay, guys. So the length is how much? 6 meter times the width, 1 meter, then 6 times 1 equals 6, and you have to multiply the units in this case, and always the square units has a squared. So 6 times 1, 6 meter times 1 meter equals 6 meter squares, because we are counting squares, and always the square has the square the unit must be squared. Okay, from this case, can you give me what is the formula for the rectangle's area? What is the formula for the rectangle's area? Then the area of rectangle is gonna be, what did we do? We took the length multiplied by the width. So in algebra, there is no need to put the sign of multiplication. Then the area is going to be L times W. So this is the formula of finding the area of a rectangle. Let's move on how to find the area for the square. We don't have square units, but they already gave us the side, the length of the side for this square. The length equals 3 centimeter. Remember, we named each side by an S. Okay. So we have to find the area of a square. You are going to multiply the side by itself. So it's going to be S times S. Remember, guys, when we took such as this example 3 times 3 as directed number, we used to write it down as 3 to the power of 2. So here is when multiplying S by itself, so we write it as S to the power of 2, or we can say it as area of a square is S squared. Okay? So for this for this square, what is the area? The area equals S squared. Okay? For this rectangle, then A equals 3 to the power of 2. That means 3 times itself, which equals 9. And remember, we are multiplying 3 to the power of 2 centimeter. That means you are multiplying centimeter by itself, which equal centimeter squared. Always remember, guys, always the area, the units of it must be squared, such as meter squared, centimeter squared, millimeter squared, kilometer squared, feet squared, or whatever the unit is. Always the area must be represented for the units itself squared. Okay? Another example. Here is another rectangle. Okay? What is the area for this rectangle? As I said before solving any question, put down the formula. The area of rectangle is going to be length times width, or the breadth, the way that you like to name it. So the area in this case, we have the length is equals to 4 meter times the length, which is 2 meter. Okay, then 4 times 2 equals 8. Meter times meter equals meter squared. Okay, now tips about area. When you find the area again of a shape, any shape, not only the square, not only the rectangle, for circles, triangles, parallelograms, anything, you are going to find its area. Always the answer must be squared unit. Okay, the unit must be squared. Okay, this is a question on page number 252, question number 15 from your textbook. It says, a roll of wallpaper is 10 meter long and 50 centimeter wide. I picked these questions because they gave us lengths or lengths of sides. One of them is meter and the second one in centimeters. When you want to find an area, you have to make the units unified. Okay, so you have to talk in one type of unit according for each question. So they start in question number A. What is the width of the paper in meters? So this is the width. Okay, guys, it is in centimeters. We have to change it into meters. So 50 centimeters, you have to change it into meters. Do you remember how we used to change our units from centimeter to meter? It is by dividing by 100. So 50 divided by 100 is going to be 0.5. So half a meter is the same as 50 centimeters. Okay? Question number B. Find the area in square meters. That's why they ask us to change the centimeters into meters, so we can work with the second question. We have to find it in meters of wallpaper in the roll. So what is the area? So the roll must be a rectangle. So area of it is going to be length times width. Okay, guys? The length equals 10 meters times half a meter, which equals 5 meter. 5 meter what? 5 meter squared. Okay? So, is there enough paper in this roll to paper a wall measuring 2.4 meters by 1.9 meters? Give reasons of your answer. So to find if this 5 meters squared is enough to cover up this wall that has okay, so here's 2.4 meters, here's 1.9 meters. Okay, is this 5 meter squared enough to cover or paper this wall? Then we have to use what to find the area of this wall. Okay, by area, again, put down the formula, length times width, which equals, the length is 2.4 meters times 1.9 meters. Okay, on this occasion, I'm going to let you revise the way that we multiply decimal numbers. So we have 2.4 times 1.9. Okay, so how many decimal places? 1. How many decimal places? 1. Now we multiply the way that we used to do. Here's 36. Okay, 9 times 2, 18, plus 3, 21. 0, because we are going to start multiplying by the next one. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Then we have 2. Add. Okay, guys? 6, 5, 4, 2 decimal places. So here is 2 decimal places. So after multiplying 2.4 times 1.9, the answer is going to be 4.56 meter squared. Okay? So, will this wallpaper of 5 meters squared is going to be enough to cover or paper this wall? Yes, because the wall's area is less than the roll's area, so it can cover it up. Maybe there's in real life, maybe there's going to be some mistakes by cutting the wallpaper in a kind that is going to waste some area, maybe. But theoretically, yes, this one, the wallpaper is going to be enough to cover this wall. Okay, and there is, where's the last paper? Okay, here's a table from page number 255. It's very fun. We have to find the missing measurements. Okay, for question number 5, they gave us the length. They're gonna give us length, breadth, perimeter, and area for each one. And from those unknown variables, we have to find the unknown variables. Okay, so question number 5, they're saying that this rectangle, the perimeter of it equals 12 centimeter. Okay, so if the perimeter was 12 centimeters and the length was 4, so imagine here is a rectangle, the perimeter is 12 all in all, and the length of it is 4. So how much is the breadth? It is missing. So from using the perimeter, we can say 12 take away 8. Why 8? Because we have 2 lengths and we are calculating the perimeter, right? The perimeter is 2. Add these 2 lengths and these 2 widths, okay, to find the whole perimeter. So they gave us under the perimeter to find out how much is the breadth. So 12 take away 8 equals 4. So 4 is going to be for the two of these breadths. So 4 divided by 2 is going to be 2 centimeter long. So this one is 2. This one another 2. Okay? The units is centimeter for each side. Okay? So the breadth here is 2. From using the breadth and the length to find the area, we know that the area equals the length times the breadth. So then the area is going to be length times breadth, or length times width. Then 4 times 2 centimeter. Centimeter is going to be 8 centimeter what? Squared. We are talking about area. Centimeter squared. This is question number 5. Question number 7. They gave us the parameter and the breadth. They want the length and the area. We are going to work this question out the same way as we did for question number 5. So 16 take away double of the breadth, take away 6 equals 10. You are going to divide the 10 times 2 for each length, which equals 5. What's the unit? Meter. So the length equals 5 meter. To find the area, 5 meters times 3 meters, which equals how much? 15 meter squared. Then the area equals 5 meter times 3 meters, which equals 15 meter squared. Okay, question number 9. They gave us the area and they gave us the length. Okay, to find the area, you need to multiply the length with the breadth. So they gave us the opposite way. They gave us the area. We have to divide it by what? The length to find what? The breadth. So the width is going to be 30 divided by 6 centimeter squared. Centimeter with the squared goes together, then equals 5 centimeter. So the breadth equals 5 centimeter. Then how much the parameter? The parameter is going to be double the length plus double the breadth. So double the breadth is 10. So the parameter is going to be 2 times 6 plus 2 times 5. Because the formula is parameter equals 2L plus 2W. Then parameter is going to be equal 12 plus 10, which equals 22 what? Centimeter. That's it, because we are talking about the parameter. Parameter is the length, so the unit is not squared, so the parameter equals 22 centimeter. Okay? Question number 11. Again, the same way as this one, but instead of giving us the length, they gave us the breadth. The same steps. So 36 divided by the breadth equals 9. 9 what? Kilometer, because here is kilometer squared. Here is kilometer. With the squared goes together. So here is 9. Okay. The parameter is going to be 2 L's. So 2 times 9 plus 2 times 4, which equals 18 plus 8, which equals 18 plus 8 equals 26 kilometer squared, or not? Not squared, because we are talking about a length. Thank you for watching.